Christian, see one control there, see one control. They leave control there. Yeah, now. Yeah. See control there, see control. See control. See one control there, Bokora leave one control, see him here. Gentlemen, let's go for Moko. Engage that control, engage down. Wait. Good evening, the great people of Biafra all over the world. Good evening, the great people of Africa. It is another new week. Another new week and another new challenge. Today we are going to make it very quick, but you are going to go straight to the point, because what we are seeing, the things that these people are doing with your lives, those things are unimaginable. Those things are unbearable. What exactly is the reason why I started this program with the shooting scene? That signifies what exactly is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is now a battleground that is not recognized by the world that there is war going on in Nigeria. No one understands that there is war going on in Nigeria because the black life in Nigeria does not matter. That is exactly the reason why I started this program with that sound. Once again, I welcome you to today's broadcast. As you are joining, make sure you invite others to join. It is very, very important. Don't get this message alone. Make sure you start sharing the program so that whatever we are going to say tonight will reach to its recipient in a short while. As you can see, those syndicates that you call your political elite, you can see the decision they keep making on your behalf. You can see the way they are presenting their tyranny regime. And some people are busy promoting it. Some people are busy championing it. But the more they expose themselves for what they are, the more we are going to show it to the world, that the world may pay attention, that there is war going on in sub-Saharan, in the biggest jungle created by British, that there is killing going on in that part of the world. The world is not interested to know what is going on there. As long as British is in charge, no one need to know what is going on there. Because this is what they keep doing. This is how they keep making you lose your lives, lose your numbers. Because it does not matter how many of you that dies. What matters is the goal of British. There is a wonderful thing an ex-president or an ex-president somewhere in Africa said, that these people, the only thing that these politicians they are good at is they will be enriching themselves. Why allowing your colonialist? Why allowing the power of neo-colonialism to devour you as an individual? Because you don't matter. Let me ask the people of Africa, let me ask the people of Nigeria, ever since the independence of Nigeria in 1960, did Nigeria ever rewrite their constitution? You are still using the constitution of the colonialism. You are still using the colonial constitution. And how do you think that those colonial masters who was oppressing you at that point in time, how do you think that their way of leadership is going to change with these leaders that you have today? Do you ever think that their ways of leadership are going to change? It will not change because they are still following the footsteps of your oppressors. Once they go on top there, they see themselves as the white men who came from Europe that oppressed people in Africa. That is the same reason why your constitution is still the same as the one of the colonialists. The only thing they do is that they will say they amended constitution in 19 what. They amended constitution in this year. Why don't you change the constitution since it never worked for you? I am speaking to Africa as a whole. This is actually a digression before I go to what we have tonight. It is a food for thought. If you do not change what they have given you. Your constitution, the contraption that have created, call it you what you are, because what they call the name of your country is what you are going to be, and it is what you are going to present to people that you are. That's why the disintegration of the contraptions created in Africa by the colonials must be imminent. So, going back to our main topic today, what I want to say about the news that came by yesterday, and this news concerns all these Southeast leaders. It concerns all these Southeast leaders, the leaders in the Southeast, or the leaders in this East. Because you people are treading in a path of no return. I want to tell every leaders of the East, every leaders of the South, you are treading in a path of no return. Such leader, there is a video I want to show you before I proceed with this message. There is a video I want to show you. Keep sharing this message as you come in, invite others to join. There is a leader, a video I am going to play for you right now to show you exactly who is in charge of Nigeria. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tells you that the people in charge of Nigeria is Fulani Caliphate, you didn't pay attention to it. The people that are in charge of Nigeria is Fulani Caliphate. All these people who call themselves vice president, all these people who call themselves your governors, your senators, all of them are the tools in the hands of Fulani Caliphate. Fulanis are actually their masters. Do you know that when Fulani arrives, they begin to tremble? When Fulani arrives, they begin to tremble, because that is the same reason why Hope Uzodinma, when he visits North, they are Fulani masters in the North, he will bow down before them. When he visits his Fulani masters in the North, he bows down before them. That's the reason why he is doing exactly what he is doing today, without even being apologetic about it. Because these men you call your leaders, they are all under the Fulani spell. I am going to show you this video. Make sure you keep sharing this video. Make sure you keep sharing. While you are in, invite others to join. It is very, very important. Very, very important. While you are in, invite others to join. Very, very important. Because disintegration of the zoological republic known as Niger area is imminent. The disintegration of Niger area is imminent. As long as you disintegrate Niger area, all the so-called niggers around the world, they are going to be free. Believe you me, when we talk to you, what we are giving to you is a divine message. Is a divine message. Whenever you disintegrate the Niger area, whenever you make sure that you have destroyed the contraptions created by the colonial masters, you are going to set all the slaves around the world who believe they are free. The same day you are going to set them free. Because the Niger area is the origin of slave era. It is the only thing, the only place where the history of slavery began. The history of slavery began. The Niger area. That's why they were able to bring all of you guys together in that region and call you Niger area. because those people who were sold, those people who were beaten in a slave ship were your people. And the only way you are going to stand in solidarity with these people is by disintegrating that nigger area, by destroying the creation of Lucifer. That's the only way you are going to set other people free, because it is not called nigger area for nothing. There is a reason why it was created and named nigger area. It is not by accident. It is not by accident. But when the Portuguese, they arrive to polish it in a way that you will not be able to trace back to understand the name, they call it Nigeria. But the real name that is given to that contraption by Lord Lugard and his wife was called Niger area. Portuguese and French people change Niger area to be called Nigeria. The same way the Acts of Apostle called it, you are going to be called in a byword, nigger, the bad omen. Every prophecy of Deuteronomy 28 has come to pass. The prophecies that we are waiting for is the prophecies of Isaiah, which is gradually unfolding. As you can see on around the world, as you can see America run away from Taliban. The prophecy of Isaiah is coming to an end, is coming to fulfillment. The ancient Medes, they are rising. Seriously. The ancient Medes, that the prophecy of Isaiah stated that it will trodden down the walls of Babylon. It is coming to fulfillment. So that is the reason why that byword called nigger area, you need to disintegrate it at all cost. If you do not disintegrate it at all cost, you must know that when the thing that is what is cooking around the world, it is going to affect you the most, because anybody who is found with them will be dashed. Anybody who is found among them, it will be dashed. The people who are found among the land that does not belong to you, you are going to be dashed. If you call yourself Nigeria and you are found in Nigeria in the day of the Lord, the day of the Lord is darkness. The day of the Lord is full of darkness. You are going to be dashed, because he said in the prophecy of Isaiah that he will send everybody back to their land. If you refuse to denounce the contraption, if you refuse to denounce that curse, you are going to be perishing with that curse, because those that have the truth are going to be judged by the truth. Those that are ignorant are going to be judged and consumed by their ignorance. You cannot. Let me show you that the people, sorry for that cut off, we are not having a very good reception from our side here, but I am trying to make it real quick. So pay attention to this video. Just pay attention to this video so that you will be able to give yourself full understanding of this video. I am not going to carry it, but I am going to just give you a full analysis after the video. Just pay very good attention that you may pick up what I am about to tell you. If you are connecting with this program, you will be able to be the one to give yourself analysis of this video, that you will understand that the people who are in charge of the zoological republic called Niger area are people who are not even from there, are the Fulanese. Let's go there.
The 2020 Leadership Conference and Awards was held on the 9th of September 2021. At the event, the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, is seen exchanging pleasantries and shaking hands with the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and other guests present. When it was the turn of the Lagos State Governor, this is what happened. Now watch closely. Almost immediately, the Sultan shakes hands with another guest. So, did the Sultan of Sokoto snub Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu? Or is this simply a situation of the Nigerian culture? Watch the video closely again and make your decision.
It is a very, very short video. It is a very, very short video. I don't know if it started afresh, but let me repeat that video again. Maybe for those of you who didn't see the beginning, I want you to pick up something from that video.
The 2020 Leadership Conference and Awards was held on the 9th of September 2021. At the event, the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, is seen exchanging pleasantries and shaking hands with the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and other guests present. When it was the turn of the Lagos State Governor, this is what happened. Now watch closely. Almost immediately, the Sultan shakes hands with another guest. So, did the Sultan of Sokoto snub Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu? Or is this simply a situation of the Nigerian culture? Watch the video closely again and make your decision.
I believe you saw something that I saw, or maybe I'm the only one who saw it. The reason why is not even undermining the governor of the Lagos State. It's not because he undermined the governor of Lagos State. Because if you are not in a good book of Sultan of Sokoto, your political ambition or your political regime is finished. Because they are the ones who call the shot. There is no way you can acquire power without kneeling down or bowing down for the Sultan of Sokoto. He is actually more respected by your president, like more than your president, the lifeless president. These are the people who make those mask wearers. These are the people who place Hope Uzodinma in that position where he is. These are the people who hypnotized Hope Uzodinma. These are the people who are calling the shot for you about your life. What is going to happen to you, Sultan of Sokoto? And you are telling me that Nigeria is not Fulanized yet. For those of you who are still believing that Fulanization of Nigeria is still about to take place, I want to inform you today that colonization of Nigeria took place in 2020. It took place in 2020. For those of you who will believe that colonization of Nigeria is only coming in the end of 2021 and 2022, it's just that the colonization of Nigeria is only going to be worse to you as an indigene of Nigeria 2020 and 2020, 2021 and 2022. That's why it is going to be very difficult to have 2023, because those of these South leaders who are clamoring for 2023 and the one Nigeria, have you ever asked yourself what will be the fate of you in 2023? Because the colonization agenda is a plan being put in place. The reason why they bought those things they bought and placed it in Zamfara state, claiming that they are fighting Boko Haram, is just because they want to use it to bring your mind away, so that you keep waiting for 2023 while your country is busy burning. Do you know what is happening in Nigeria right now? It is a cold war. The media is suppressed. That's why whenever you are talking about things about that, it is not giving a good audience to the world. Just because CNN showed something about Nigeria and Biafra, people are so surprised, which is what's supposed to be done by CNN. It is their duty. It is their job. If not because CNN is compromised. You can see how compromised they are during the time of Donald Trump election. They actually announced the result of the election before it was confirmed. That is to show you how compromised they are. All they do is that, and you must understand that Nigeria is on a bribery spree. They are on a bribery spree. Will you be able to tell me exactly the reason why Sultan of Sokoto, I might not know his age. But Osibanjo, the vice president from Yoruba nation, bowing down and shaking Sultan of Sokoto, who is even maybe his age mate or whatever. That is to show you that these things of you have a vice president, you have a governor, you have a senator that is representing you. All these things are sham because you have no one representing you. Sultan of Sokoto called the shot. Whenever they want to deal with you, they find someone around you, hypnotize them with some promises of presidency, because power tussle is what is disturbing the people in the South, and they're using the same thing on them. Those elements of criminality, selfishness, ignorance, and power tussles. These are the problem of the people of the South. That's why they are under colonization. That's why Hope Uzodinma, when he goes to the north, to Sokoto, he bowed down for the Sultan of Sokoto. Why? Because he is messed up. Because of power tussle. Because of power, you are selling your people for non-profit. You are selling your generation for non-profit because of power. Because of power, you sell Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. You came in your number, put plans together just to go and kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because of power. And what is your faith? What is the fate that awaits you? The evil that man does dwell with them. Sultan of Sokoto refused to greet Samuel Olu because maybe he believed that people who are defending their land some way or the other, they don't deserve to have the power of leadership. They are not in the good book of Sultan of Sokoto. That's the reason why he refused to greet Samuel Olu. You saw he was embarrassed. He wanted to give him a knuckle. We must continue. We are being dropped on Facebook, but we must continue. I believe it is ratified now, but not fully, but we must continue. So what we are trying to present to you today before we are going to Anambra State, because we are going to address the tyranny of Obiano in Anambra State, that stupidity, that's thing that he believed that he is the God of Anambra people, that the people does not have right. Let us finish with the colonization that has been happening in Nigeria without your consent, without you knowing about it. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu has exposed them so much that they put a plan in place to go and hijack him from Kenya. You can see Sultan of Sokoto is respected more than the president himself. Sultan of Sokoto is respected more than the president himself. Who does that? When the president is the first citizen of a country, followed by the vice president, who is Sultan of Sokoto, the Fulani leader, right? The leaders of the Fulani, when Fulani is not even up to, they are not even up to 2 million in Nigeria, except all these machines that they're bringing in to rig election, to help them to vote. The reason why there is many Fulanis in Nigeria today is because of all these machines they bring in whenever. Just like when 2023 is arriving, they will load them in a trailer, in a truck, and bring them from Niger Republic into Nigeria just to help them to rig the election. That's why they do not want electronic voting system. That's why they don't want it. Because when they bring those Fulanis in, they always forget them behind. They always leave them behind without giving them a job, without giving them anything. They leave them behind. Then the governors of this northern region, some of them will now call these Fulanis and use them and build terrorist organization, because the fastest way of getting rich very fast, if you pay attention, the fastest way of getting rich very fast in this in this time, or in this era, or mostly in these Janjaweed countries, is by having a terrorist organization. If you have no idea, if you are not paying attention, pay attention now. For you to be, the fastest way to get rich is to have a terror organization. That's why those governors in the north are going to use them, make them Boko Haram, sophisticated weapon. Where are they getting those weapons? Will you be able to get a sophisticated weapon in a street of Nigeria as an ordinary individual? A question I'm asking you, is it possible? But this Boko Haram, this bandit Fulanis are able to acquire those weapons. Where are they getting them from? Does it mean that there is no security in the border? When Buhari came around to say he wants to tighten the security in the border post, what does he mean? What is he implying? Does it mean that the border post has been empty? That the Fulani is what, once you are a Fulani or you dress like a Fulani, you are welcome to Nigeria. You are welcome to Niger area. The wanderers, the nomadic people that does not reason the way you reason. They don't think the way you're thinking. They will never bring anything good to your society. When they come into your society, they pollute it. When they come into your society, they pollute it with the blood of the people of the society. And these same people are the ones taking over your country. And those people you call your leaders, they believe and they are presenting themselves gallivanting, or they are actually presenting themselves as if they know better when they know nothing. And those ones you call Ohanes and Igbo, these ones, it is actually a shame on these people. A shame on these people. The reason why I feel like I don't know why. This is the exact reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will say, we ask God, why did you make him a black man? This is the same reason why. Look at them. Look at them, the red cap chief. When the land is messed up, when the land is not working, the red cap chief are the ones who are benefiting from it. They say it in this way. Anadihim mabulu ndinze. Anadihim mabulu ndinze. That is how they say it. This is the same reason why the red cap chiefs are going to be exploiting you. This is the same reason why the red cap chiefs are not going to allow you to breathe. That's the reason why George Obiozo stood to have the microphone in his hand close to his mouth, and he began to say that we Biafrans, or no, we East, or we Nigerians, or we the Southeast, rather, are not in support of any secessionist movement. That any secessionist movement is not going to work. That you, the Southeast, is in support of the mask wearer in Aso Rock. What makes me want to cry sometimes, what makes me want to shed tears sometimes is when I look at these people. These people are the Lion of tribe of Judah. That's what makes me want to cry. The Lion of tribe of Judah. And you can see it by the attire, by what they are putting on. You can see it. They are the Lion of tribe of Judah. This is their identity. Have you ever seen a lion acting like an antelope? Have you ever seen a lion acting like a cow? Have you ever seen a lion acting like a dog? These are the lion that's supposed to be the ones waking people up. But I don't blame them, because there is what Bible say that the elderly people are going to begin to act like small children, and that's why they are not getting the respect that they deserve today, and they will not get it until they begin to act like elderly people. That is to show you this is the last day. They say this is what happens on the last day. The people you look up to, they are going to be the ones to bring you down, to undermine you, to make you a fool, to tell your enemy your source of power, to tell your enemy your strategies. That is the reason why this red cap chief, these people who are benefiting from the extrajudicial killing that is done by the Fulani army of conquest in Biafra land, in ODUDUWA land, these are the same people whom is clamoring for people's respect. Heaven help those who help themselves. People respect those who respect themselves. You cannot be calling death upon your people. We are actually not disrespecting you. We are having a self-defense against you. When you think about respect to elders, we are not disrespecting you guys. We are protecting ourselves from you guys, because you guys have been infected by Fulanization agenda, and you guys have been hypnotized by Fulani. So why do you want us to respect you while you are busy killing the people? If anybody who is a killer does not deserve the respect of any other person. You have touched the anointed man of God, which is Mazen Namdekano. You have touched the anointed man of God, the chosen one of God, which is Mazen Namdekano. And all the sufferings that he's passing through is under this red cap that all of you are putting on. It is on your head. And you are going to pay for it dearly. You are going to pay for it dearly. All of you, what all of you are all nothing but a goner. You are a goner. That is what you are. There is nothing good that is coming out of all these people who call themselves the elderly statesmen or the elder statesmen. And you expect people to respect you. That is why I am beginning to question the gospel that teaches us respect. But I'm not going to question it. But because that same gospel say the elderly people are going to begin to act like children. So when you begin to act like children and children are acting like elderly people, you need to pay the respect to the people who are acting more elderly than you, because you are not seeing. You keep on saying that what the elder men sit down to see from afar, that if a young people they climb a tree, they are not able to see it. But that is a reverse psychology now. That's your intimidating words is coming against you now, because what you are doing is what is called an atrocity. That is what is called an atrocity. You planned together, you joined force together, and you oppressed a chosen one of God, the only man who preaches the freedom of the whole nation that is immersed in Nigeria, under this contraption of British. The only nation. This is the only man who stood up to tell you that he is not preaching freedom only for the Biafrans. He is not preaching freedom only for the Oduduwas. He is not preaching freedom only for the Hausas. He is preaching freedom for anybody who is trapped in that damnable zoological republic. Hear it. Hear it. If you have not heard it before from him, hear it now. Because all the words, everything he said, every battle he fought for you, that you have been, that you are being using, that you are being used, or you make yourself available to be used against him, it is coming back to haunt you. Hear it in case if you have never heard it before. Hear it now. And if you are joining us, please make sure you share this video, because we need to get the people to pay attention. We need to get the right people to pay attention. The more you are sharing this video, the more the world is going to pay attention to what you are fighting for. Because if you believe in the media to bring what you are fighting for to the world, they ain't gonna do it. Because Nigeria is on a bribery spree. The colonization is on a bribery spree. Pay attention to the chosen one of God that God chose to save the people who are not ignorant in the contraption called nigger area. Pay attention.
Not just to save Igbo people, not just to save Ibibio, not to save Efik alone, not to save Ejo, not to save Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igodomigodo. No, not at all. But to set free everybody trapped in the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Because as I told you 2 days ago,
I am going to say
those ruling Nigeria.
Listen attentively. Listen very, very attentively. For those of you who are ignorant, those in the likes of Garba Shehu, for those of you who are ignorant, pay attention. See what this man is fighting for. See what an angel that you have, that you are abusing it. Those who have opportunity to have a savior, they abuse them because they do not understand the value of the savior. Pay attention.
Not just to save Igbo people, not just to save Ibibio, not to save Efik alone, not to save Ejo, not to save Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igodomigodo. No, not at all. But to set free everybody trapped in the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Because as I told you 2 days ago, those ruling Nigeria now are not Nigerians. If I thought there's anything like, let us assume there is something called Nigeria that Britain created. The people in charge now are not Nigerians. They are not indigenous to the land. They do not have a home. They have no home address. If you ask them, where is your home address? They don't have. They are nomads. If you don't know the meaning of nomad or nomadic life, go and Google it or look for your dictionary. That was why Jonathan set up nomadic education. Nomads means people that wander, wandering people. They don't stay in one place. They keep moving all over the place.
We are going to come back to it, but let me just reiterate on what I showed you initially for you to confirm exactly what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu preached to you right now, for you to confirm exactly the same thing that this video was showing you. Pay good attention.
The 2020 Leadership Conference and Awards was held on the 9th of September 2021. At the event, Sultan of Sokoto Saad Abubakar is seen exchanging pleasantries and shaking hands with the Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo and other guests present. When it was the turn of the Lagos State Governor, this is what happened. Now watch closely. Almost immediately, the Sultan shakes hands with another guest. So, did the Sultan of Sokoto snub Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu? Or is this simply a situation of the Nigerian culture? Watch the video closely again and make your decision.
They only pay attention to whom they want to pay attention if you are in their good book. He told you that let's go back so that you will see the same what Mazen Namdekano was saying, that it is not the indigenous people of Niger area, if at all there is something, if at all we are going to accept there is something called the Niger area, that it is not the indigenous people who are the leader, who is ruling Niger area. It is the foreigners called Fulanese. That's why Sultan of Sokoto. And the reason why I keep coming back to it, the reason why I keep coming back to it is that you people, many people, you guys forget so quick. We black people, we forget so quick. We don't register things in our brain, the things that are going to help us. But if you ask someone to tell you what is happening in Big Brother Nigeria, they will narrate the story accordingly. But when you ask someone to remind you of what a significant word of freedom, which was said maybe in 6 months ago, they will never remember it, but they are going to remember every other thing. That is why we don't pay attention. When Mazen Namdekano tell you pay attention, it means that you need to put it in your mind and remember when it is happening. The reason why these men of God under Christianity are playing games with your lives, giving you false prophets, giving you false prophecies, false doctrine, is because you don't follow the Bible. You are following the people who are holding the Bible. That's the reason why you are being misled. Because they are the people who scatter the sheep. They are the people who scatter the sheep. You, instead of you paying attention to the word of God, you are paying attention to the holder of the word of God, the people who carry the Bible all the time. That's why you are uninformed. If you don't forget so soon, if you are not built or meant or projected to forget so quick, you might not be, I don't think you are supposed to still be under the shackle of neo-colonialism. But you are forgetting so soon. Let's go back. Let's go back to hear from the leader.
Not just to save Igbo people, not just to save Ibibio, not to save Efik alone, not to save Ejo, not to save Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igodomigodo. No, 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 not at all. But to set free everybody trapped in the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Because as I told you 2 days ago, those ruling Nigeria now are not Nigerians.
As you have
if I thought there's anything like, let us assume there is something called Nigeria that Britain created. The people in charge now are not Nigerians.
You saw it yourself.
They are not indigenous to the land. They do not have a home. They have no home address. If you ask them, where is your home address? They don't have. They are nomads. If you don't know the meaning of nomad or nomadic life, go and Google it or look for your dictionary. That was why Jonathan set up nomadic education. Nomads means people that wander, wandering people. They don't stay in one place. They keep moving all over the place. Abraham in the Bible that begot all of us.
We are going to come back to it after the program. Maybe you will listen to the rest of the gospel of freedom from the anointed and chosen one of God. That's why he must be free. That's why he must be free. They must release him unconditionally. They must release him at all cost. They must release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Iboho. If it warrants that there will be a 1 week lockdown, let there be. Anything that is going to be that's sacrificable to release this man, it is very, very important. The clock is ticking so quick. The clock is ticking so quick. The Fulanization agenda that they are using 2023 to take your eyes or your mind away from it is imminent. You can see over and over again the integration of ex-Boko Haram, ex-bandit into the military. You can see, you hear it every day. It is real. What you are seeing is real. It is not a joke. It is not a propaganda. Nigeria does not have army. Nigeria does not have army. That's why they keep bringing back this Fulani, this bandits who are blood sucking demons. Those are the people. I can only call their organization Bloodbath, because they are not going to live without killing you. They are addicted to killing. They are killing machines. As you can see, as it happened 20 years ago in New York, in the United States Pentagon, as they are commemorating the 9/11. You see, when a human being will be alive just to make sure that they kill people, marks themselves under the religion called Islam, to go and kill people. It doesn't matter if they died, because they have no soul anymore. Their soul was taken away on the day of their reformation, because they were reformed. It's like the army that our Chinese are creating. The soldiers. Chinese are creating super soldiers. That some of them, they are the children that they changed their DNA from the beginning, from their birth. They changed their DNA to become a superhuman being. You believe you watch it only in the movie. What you watch in the movie is what is going to come, because they have programmed the world how they want it to play, because they make sure that they program it outside what God has programmed it to be. That's the same way that when they keep convincing these Fulanis, these bandits, the Boko Harams, they can never win going through rehabilitation process, because these people, they are destroyed. The sophisticated countries with technologies, they never integrated any ex-bandit. When they caught Osama bin Laden, they killed him on the spot. They didn't even wait. But when you catch people who are killing people, taking people out of their homes, you claim you have taken them through a rehabilitation process, and you put them to become your military to safeguard you. You people who have agenda, who have only one agenda: to kill you, to exterminate you, to take over your community, to take over your land. The people who told you that Nigeria is the gift from God to their ancestors, those are the people whom they're putting into the military. And these are the same people who are going to the bush to kill their Boko Haram counterpart, or to kill their bandit counterpart. Is Nigeria not a joke? No, answer me, tell me, is Nigeria not a joke? Is Nigeria really working? Because I don't think so. If Nigeria is really working, you will not see them bringing these people and making them your military, your police. They will never have anything good for you. They will keep manhandling you. They will keep forcing themselves on you. That's how it is going to be. If you don't change the way you are approaching things, if you don't change these people, if you don't make sure that these people are not representing you anymore. Because as long as these people are representing you in that damnable zoological republic or in those places you call your state, and you find people like this, and find these people called the elder statesmen, and you find all of them representing you, they don't care about you. The only thing they cared about, the only thing they have cared about is their pocket. It is their pocket. These are the same people the Bible called the greedy dogs. These are the same people the Bible called the greedy dogs. The blind people that leaded the blind. And that's why they keep leading you into the dish. It can never be well. You will keep believing that things are going to change, but you will keep running away from your homes. For those of you who are in the north, who are very, very ignorant, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke it, you say, bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He must come home. He must be extradited. You place 1 million or 100 million bounty on his head. Now Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS custody. The Fulanis are chasing you out of your homes. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is on DSS custody. You people are running helter-skelter from your communities. You people are being displaced from your communities. Is it still Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Is it not high time you begin to question your leaders? Those people who determines what happens with you. Those people who determines who lives or who dies. Those people who see themselves as God. And you are still promoting them. You are still promoting. Those are the same people. They are the same people that you pay your homage, you pay your respect. They are the same people you will come out to say you are voting for. They are already, since they only to receive the president, they hired Fulani. They hired their Fulanis to come and stand as if they are Imo State people standing on behalf or in solidarity, so-called, with the mask wearer of Aso Rock. Is it what they are going to do in the Anambra State election? Or is it the same thing they are going to do in 2023? That they keep that they keep reminding you to take your mind off the result that you are chasing after. But we are not going to allow them to succeed. We must remain resolute. We must remain formidable. They will not Fulanize the South. They will not Fulanize the South. The people of the South, if you have never paid attention, you need to pay attention. They must not Fulanize the South. Because if you allow them, for those who are clamoring for open grazing route, I am surprised to hear Garba Shehu talking about open grazing ranching instead of open grazing. Maybe he is coming to his his senses, or maybe it's another form of politics that they are planning to play with your lives. Maybe because they want to hold on until 2023 because they don't want anything that will make them not to see that 2023. But they are not aware that they have failed. They have failed woefully. Let's see if oh no, not the video that I am looking for of Garba Shehu. I'm not sure if I will find the video, but our main reason why I came to do this broadcast tonight is because of the Governor Obiano. Governor Obiano, we are coming back to Governor Obiano. We are going to address his tyranny. We are going to address his tyranny. Because they make sure that when they tell you to jump, you ask them how high do they want you to jump. Unfortunately, I don't have that video right here of the video of Garba Shehu, but I believe I still have it in my possession. Upon your request, I'll post it in the wall. But what he was saying there is that he is saying there must be a ranching, not open grazing. But Hope Uzodimma said there is no law that prevents open grazing in his town or in his state, in Imo State. He ran to bring a naval base in Imo State. What is that naval base for? To secure the resources that is under the ground in Imo State, to make sure that the Fulanese are getting all the result of the resources. That's the only reason why they brought naval base in Imo State. The same way some of these governors in the southeast or in the east are calling on naval base or military base in their state, but you have no idea of the reason why they are doing these things. You are believing, why would the people who deploy their machineries to come and kill you are going, why will they bring you another base to secure your land? That's what I want to ask you guys. Hope Uzodimma, precisely. Why would the people whom their people are killing you, and when they are arrested, they will be released unconditionally and call them the repented Boko Haram, repented bandit, repented Fulani herdsmen, and they will integrate them into the naval base that they are building for you, giving them security, giving them power. Do you think that they invaded the military academy without the help of the military? Because they are the military themselves. They invaded themselves. If you have no idea, the database of the contraption called Nigeria is in the hand of the Boko Haram. Is in the hands of, is in control. They are in control of it because their main people are into the database, are controlling the database. They are pulling up the stunt. They are controlling Nigeria from outside the military. They are controlling Nigeria. That's why Sultan of Sokoto, when he passes by, you must salute. Wherever he goes, are being rudely interrupted. We are being rudely interrupted by I don't know if it's the platform or the Facebook or the network, but whatever it is, we must continue. We are welcome back. We must continue. So, as I was saying, all these people you call your representatives, they are your representatives. Representatives. That is what they are. They are not representing you, and they are not ready to represent you. Rather, they are your representatives. Thieves. There is nothing good that will come out of these people. There is nothing good that you are going to achieve from these people. There is only something that you are going to receive from these people. Tyranny, you are going to receive it from these people. Extrajudicial killing, you are going to receive it from these people. You know what is called ethnic cleansing? You are going to receive it from these people. Those are the things that these people are very, very good at. Hope Uzodinma is proud to tell you they have built a naval base. They have built a naval base ever since the oil well is given to Imo State or whatever. They have built a naval base in Imo State. That's why the one in Port Harcourt, the Adolf Hitler in Port Harcourt, is busy ranting now. If heaven will fall, let it fall. Now he's realizing his right that is being preached to him by the same people that he's been killing in Amiibo. He is a gunner. And those who kill by guns are going to fall by guns. Let us go to the video of the same reason why I am here tonight. Make sure you keep sharing this video. Make sure you keep sharing this video. Because when you are joining, invite other people to join. Invite others to join. Because what is so important is for others to hear the message. Even if you don't do any other thing, invite others to join. Share the video with your friends. Share the video with the groups that you are in. Share the video. Make sure that our people are hearing the message. Because every message that talks about freedom has a significant role to play in the life of someone somewhere. But if you're holding it back just because of one reason or the other, you are holding back of a freedom of someone somewhere. You make sure you keep sharing the message. Let us go to Governor of Anambra State. He is actually pulling up his final stunt. But what he is doing is a good news for us. It is a good news for all the freedom fighters. Before we proceed to him, I want to ask our brothers in ODUDUWAs. Are you still resolute? Are you still formidable? Are you still moving forward? Because that result you must achieve. That result, you can see how resolute the Biafrans are. You can see how formidable the Biafrans are, regardless of what the enemy is projecting on the image of or on the screen of the media. The Biafrans are more in unity, more than ever before. All the disagreement that you have seen is only, there must be a disagreement to show the world that a mighty leader is being taken away. That is why it is said that after every tunnel, there is always a bright light. No matter how long that tunnel goes, there is always a bright light. And that is the same reason why, with their misunderstanding, they will know their stance. They will know that they are being watched. That is why it is very important that this thing that play After rain comes sun. It is very, very important because I am talking to you, our brothers, our cousins of the lions of tribe of Judah, the Oduduwas. I hope that you guys are still formidable. The fight of Sunday Iboho must not go down to the drain. We support everything that you guys are doing. We are in support. We are standing in solidarity with your leader Sunday Iboho, and make sure his dream does not die because he is suffering because of your freedom that he has at heart. I will leave it there. Let's go to Anambra State Governor, Governor Obiano. Let's present to the world that it is what you are, what you have in the damnable zoological republic, both east, south, and the west. All you have there is dictators. Dictators. There is no leader there. There is no leader. The only thing you have is dictators and tyrants. Let us see. That is the same reason why Christine Gige, when the doctors were on strike, instead of looking forward to find a way to look into their memorandum of demand and find a way to work with them, you are saying that they must be replaced or they will go without pay. If you're still on strike, you are commanding people, you are restricting people from exercising their freedom, their right. You keep suppressing people from expressing themselves. There is no freedom of speech. We know that what ruled Nigeria, the damnable zoological republic, except for the time of Goodluck Jonathan, and that's the reason why they used Obama in the United States to make sure Goodluck Jonathan stepped down from that seat. But I still blame Goodluck Jonathan. He's supposed to do what the others were doing. Because if it was a Fulani man that was there, he will not just step down just because Obama from the United States says so. Who is Obama? Obama is for USA. He's not for Nigeria. And the affairs of Nigeria does not concern Obama. The things that's supposed to concern them as the first world country or the world power is when people are dying. And the way people are dying, they never spoke anything about it. They never said anything about it. But he wants to unite Nigeria. You want to unite things that are not working. How can you unite things that are not working? That is the same reason why Joe Biden says that in Afghanistan, there are people from different religions, from different backgrounds, different ethnic groups, different people that would have never gotten along with one another. So you guys realize these things. And yet you allowed it, the creation of the British, Lord Lugard and the wife, Niger Company. Niger Company is the people who are the slave traders. The Niger companies, their real business, the real thing that gave them money was slave trade. That's why they call that Niger Company, nigger company. It is called a nigger company. That's why when they created you, they named you nigger area. Nigger area. That is the same reason why Obiano will have the audacity, will have the right, only one man commanding millions of people. telling them if you don't open your businesses, you are going to close for good. Let's even hear it from the horse's mouth. Because when I am saying it, so many people might call it a propaganda because that's what they keep calling every lamentation of a black man. They call it a propaganda. Let's hear it from him directly. That's the reason why whenever we are engaging, we engage with facts and figure, so that they don't call us a propagandous people. We are more truthful than CNN. We are more truthful than every other media channel. But the only thing they will call you is propaganda, because it is coming from you. And apparently, it is a raw truth. The reason why it is called a propaganda, it is an organic truth. The truth is so organic that it cannot come out just like that. That's the reason why they killed all the revolutionaries in 90s. Because they bring the message organically. That's the reason why they killed Peter Tosh. That's the reason why they killed Bob Marley. That's the reason why they killed anybody who was rising up to open the eyes of a black man. That's the reason why Tupac was killed. And the reason why they keep telling you that these people, you shouldn't pay attention to them because they are criminal. They made Tupac to look like a criminal in the eyes of the world. The same way that they are making Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They are presenting him to the world to be a terrorist. This is what they have been doing. This is the mastermind of British. This is the way they are ruling the world. And they project it into Christianity, that anybody who is not singing, you have made me too small in your heart, that all of them are criminal or all of them are satanic people. Those are the things. Those are the manipulations of darkness. Those are the principalities and power that you are fighting for or you are fighting against. Principalities and power. Let us listen to the product of all these principalities and power. How they deprive you of your freedom. Freedom of expression. If you want to express your solidarity by saying, I am not opening my business today, it is no one to question you. There is no steady electricity in the damnable zoological republic. There is no pipe-borne water. There is no healthy water to drink. There is no infrastructure. People are dying of cholera. People are dying of different diseases. People are dying of drinking what? A polluted water. Water. You don't have. Power. You don't have. Freedom. You don't have. Democracy. It is not working. You are being led by military regime since 1960. That's why when Goodluck Jonathan went in there, they did not allow him to breathe. 2015, I will make your regime ungovernable. That's what the mask wearer on Aso Rock said. That's what the dead Buhari that is facing up under the ground in Saudi Arabia said during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. And he did it. Sponsored so many bandits, so many Boko Haram, because all the machineries he brought with the truck, some of them are truck of Dangote. They brought the machineries to come and rig the election. All of them were left behind, giving them guns and ammunition, giving them identity of Nigeria. When the ordinary citizens, the indigenous people of Nigeria, some of them does not even know what Nigerian ID card look like. Those are the things when you look at them. when you begin to look at them, when you look back and you see what you have been subjected to, you will regret why are you created to be a black man. But I refuse to regret being a black man just because of this syndicate. The only reason why we are still regretting it is because we have not made a good decision. If you make a good decision today, you will not be subjected to the tyranny of Obiano. Let's go to it.
That right to remain still. Sit at home order, which some people are complying with.
He is actually speaking very, very soft. We are back again. We are back again. The more they disconnect us, the more we are coming back again. We must preach this gospel. It is a freedom of mankind, gospel for freedom of mankind. Let's continue to pay attention to him. If you don't hear it, I will explain to you, or you put your phone closer to your ears to hear him, because he does not have a decent microphone to yap all these things that he's yapping. Look, to open his eyes like as if you want to devour you. You see that home is working. They want to make sure, because they are being embarrassed. They are being embarrassed because people are not paying attention. I told you when Buhari returned from this trip that he was made the biggest fool of the century. When he returned finally from this trip to Abuja, there will be a chaos. There will be people now will start doing what they do best, because you will not humiliate the mask wearer. You will not humiliate the Sultan of Sokoto and you go scot-free, because you just humiliated them by making them the biggest fool of the century, by Buhari becoming the subject of comedians across the world. That is it. I told you he would disgrace himself when he stepped down, when he touched base with the land of Biafra. He is going to mess himself up because of, as you can see, from the clothing that he's wearing. It is a very big insult to him. From his speech, from forgetting the name of the governor who is hosting him and calling him senator. Everything about him was a joke. That's the reason why you are seeing the result. When you deal with them, they will return the favor. That's the reason why this man is opening his eyes just like a wild beast that want to devour you, telling you that the sit-at-home order must stop. Power belongs to the people, and power is given by the people, and this power has been taken. People have confiscated their power, which they have been giving to you guys, and you guys are playing with their lives. Pay attention to his tyranny comment, his dictatorship comment.
Right to remain still. Sit at home order, which some people are complying with. This order is affecting our economy, another state economy, and we will not
allow it to continue. And I'll be taking some far-reaching measures to ensure that that doesn't happen, so that my people can go about their business.
He will not allow the sit-at-home order to continue in Anambra State so that his people... I have a question. If anybody that knows this guy have the decency to throw this question at him, who are those your people that you are talking about? Who are those your people that you are referring to? The governor of Anambra State. You are just a leader chosen by the people. You are no God to command people to go about their business, and yet you call them your people. You want your people to go about their businesses. Which of your people? Who told you that they're your people? They are people of their own. They just decided that they will bring you to make you their leader. They have the right to vote you out. That's why you are selling them the sit-at-home order, which is being promoted by the same people you are calling your people. You are telling them, you are commanding them to stop it. The same way Chris Ngige was commanding the doctors to stop striking. And those doctors, the people who knew the value of those doctors, came and took them in their number to Arab nations, to UAE, to go and do what they do best. The people who knows the value, because these people, they don't care about you and they will never care about you. That's why in the middle of pandemic, amid the pandemic, the doctors that are supposed to be working to be saving lives are the doctors who are on strike, and the ministry is threatening the doctors. Instead of seeking for solution to bring the doctors back to work, they are threatening the doctors of losing their job, of losing their salaries. What does that tell you? They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. The only thing they care about is them. That's why because they know when they are sick, they are not relying on these doctors on strike. When their family member is sick, they are not relying on these doctors that are on strike. They are flying themselves to Britain, to America, to any other places, to India, to go and get themselves checked up in a private jet that is bought by taxpayers' money, that is bought by your resources. The same people, they are the same people who are going to insist that the doctors, if you go on strike, you lose your job. So if you go on strike, it does not matter if all the doctors in Nigeria go on strike, because that is not their problem. The problem, it is your problem. It is your problem. That's why they're threatening them. Let's pay attention to him. He said the sit at home must stop, that his people must go about their businesses. These people was given order to stop sitting at home, and yet they are sitting at home. You cannot say that anybody is forcing them to sit at home. So you are the one who is forcing them to come out. And in case if you are not aware of, you must know that the person whom the people saw as their leader, the person who represented the people, are the person that the people are standing in solidarity with. That's why they decided to sit at home. They decided to sit at home because you have arrested and you have kidnapped and detained their leader. So when you are telling them not to sit at home, I don't know whom you are referring to as your people, because those people, they don't see you as their leader. You are forcing yourself on them. That's why you are telling them it must stop. Let's see the threat that he gave to you guys.
Banks that go about
Which is, this threat is just inconsequential. This threat is just inconsequential. If I don't feel secured to come out because I am going to maybe get hurt by your army of conquest, I decide to sit at home. It is within their right that they will sit at home. You cannot hit a child and make them not to cry. You've been beating the people that you are leading, and you are now telling them not to cry. It is not gonna work in this 21st century. It isn't gonna work. Let's pay attention.
transporters can go about their business, market people, everybody. You know, things are tough, and we shouldn't add to the tough times by heeding to calls that are not economically progressive. You know, if you estimate the quantum of losses already accrued for these orders of sitting at home, you will appreciate majorly what impact is having on the gross domestic products of the state. It is not something that we are going to allow to continue. And I'm sure you all have your targets as bank branches to meet, and you cannot meet those targets if you continue to do what you're doing. You know, so I'm here to first listen to yourselves why you choose to comply with the other. Some of the answers are obvious. 7 years and a half plus, there was never an armed robbery incident in Anambra State. Never. True or false?
But
I'm asking you guys, true or false? Yes. We've never had an armed robbery incident. Never. Why is it so? Before I came, you all knew how you close your, go to the, then I was executive director of Fidelity Bank in charge of business banking. I know fully how the branches here work. You know, they close their front door and walk from the back. We are not going to go into those kinds of things because the circumstances have not warranted that. This Monday, all your branches must open.
Did you hear that? All the bank branches must open. It is coming tomorrow. Tomorrow, all your branches must open. That's what the tyrant is commanding you to do. Even though people, they don't see you as their leader. This is the same thing that happened in Imo State. You don't read the handwriting on the wall. That's the risk. That's the problem of these people. They are forcing themselves on you. People does not want you. People don't see you as their leader. That's why the one they call their leader, which you guys abducted and detained in the DSS custody, is the same one they are sitting at home in solidarity with. And you are now forcing it. You can never force a relationship, my friend. You can never force a relationship. That's what you are doing right now, Obiano. You are forcing a relationship between you and the people. They have taken their power back. The earlier you know that, the better for you. You cannot force the banks to open. Anybody who wants to stand in solidarity, who are sitting in solidarity, must continue. You must remain resolute. Make these people the biggest fool of the century. Because if anything happens to you, they will still be making these wrong choices all the time. They will still be there calling the shot while you are going to lose your family member because you don't know what is their plan. You don't know what they have planned for. Because the only mission that these people have now is to make sure that they do things in order to blame IPOB and ESN. But we are whiter than white and we are whiter than snow. We are wiser than them. That's what you must understand. Because when they are calling you, they want you to come out there. If there is any plans put in place by them in order to kill you or in order to hurt you, just to blame it on the IPOB and ESN, because that is what is their agenda. That is what they want. If you are a fool, you bring yourself out. If you are a fool, you bring yourself out. This sit at home is a decision made by the people, by Biafrans, by Igbos. It is a decision made by the people. It is not decision given or it is not what is given as an order. So therefore, you have no right. There is no constitution that gives you the right to call off people who are sitting at home in solidarity with the one that you have come together to abduct, torture, and place under DSS custody in a 4 tiny wall and giving him a mental torture. And you expect people to listen to you. You are bluffing. You are indeed bluffing. How many people have died in Anambra State? And people are now seeing the person they feel comfortable with and decide to sit at home. If you want these people to stop sitting at home, it is very simple. Give us Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is very simple. If it is affecting your business, or if it is affecting your returns to your Fulani masters, give us back Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is very simple. And when it comes out, you give us the referendum. Because referendum, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or nothing. Referendum, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or nothing. If sit at home is hurting you, if your Fulanis are giving you pressure, tell them to release the reason why people are sitting at home. Very simple answer. Let us continue.
All branches must open. Any branch that is not open, we are going to seal that branch, and for the rest of the week, that branch will not be open. I hope I'm very clear. You must open your branch on Monday.
African leadership.
And if the statutory order
leadership in Africa,
you comply with it, that means you did open your branch. Then we'll seal that branch for the whole week. Then we'll see what happens to your common day. If you don't,
let me be honest with you. You are hearing it.
Close the branch permanently.
Any branch not open, that branch will be closed for good. Let me be honest with you. The people who suffer the most biggest colonialism are these people you call your leaders. These are the people who do not practice what they preach. These are the people who are more colonized than every other person. It takes the help of God, the physical help of God to get these people to decolonize. than to get the people on the ground to decolonize. These people you call your leaders, they are the most colonized syndicate. I pity them. I don't hate them. I pity them. I hate their stinking attitude. I hate their stinking tyranny. I hate their stinking character. I hate their wickedness. I don't hate them. I pity them. Because the day of reckoning is nigh. The day of reckoning is nigh. Those who kill by sword must surely die by sword. Referendum, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, or nothing. That is the request of the people. And power belongs to the people. We cannot keep listening to John Obiozo saying, we Igbo people, we the South, are in support of the imposter in Aso Rock. And you expect people to keep clapping for them, for you guys. And you cannot expect us to fall on your trap when Hope Uzodimma opened his mouth and said that you practice partisan politics. Therefore, the people that your vote does not matter. There is partisan politics. It is all about your party. It is all about your political party. Political party or nothing, because every other thing does not matter. Partisan politics. That's the same thing you are doing. You are not seeing what people are crying for, and yet you call yourself their leader. People are crying for the release of abducted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and the African, the most gallant decolonization activist. This is the person that people are sitting at home for. In case if you are not aware, get yourself to be aware right now. And people are not going to stop. The sit at home might even get worse if you don't act now. Because if you do not act now, you might never finish. Power belongs to the people. You call yourself a Republic of Nigeria. Practice democracy. And yet, you are championing the feudal system of the government that the Fulanis are giving to you guys. That is what you are doing. You are promoting it. You are propagating the feudal system of government instead of propagating democracy in this 21st century. Do you know you call yourself wise leaders? You call yourself wise people. You call yourself the intellect. You call yourself the elite. And yet, you have no idea. You have nothing in your brains. That's the reason why the nomadic people are pushing you from pillar to post. That's the reason why these people are telling you what to do, and you keep doing that. It is very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. You keep doing those things. When they tell you to jump, you ask them how high. And you call yourself able-bodied Igbo man. And you call yourself a free man. How can you be free when the people who cross your border are coming to call the shot, to tell you what to do, to tell you to make sure that you capture Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and you guys did. All of you that did it, your faith will not exit 2022. Your faith is not going to pass 2022. If it does, you must know that we don't know what we are doing. All these people who have the hand in the kidnap and the torture on the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the chosen one to lead the oppressed out of their oppression, to lead the captured out of their cage, and to decolonize people from mental slavery. And you guys made sure that he doesn't see, or he doesn't fulfill his mandate. That is his mandate. You can never take it away from him. The only person, the only living being, or the only being that has the ability to take that away from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is only Patuchukwuku Okikabiama, who sent him. Otherwise, no one else. Otherwise, no one else. You know, when Jesus Christ came to this earth, no one believed in him except his disciples. That's why when Simon Ekpe called himself disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it makes me so happy. It proves his loyalty to him. You know, I observe many people in this struggle. I observe many people. But the most important thing, I observe people who will never change, or people who will never be compromised. And I listen to them. I pay attention to them. Because this quest of freedom that we are into, we must achieve it. Regardless of what a human being think about it, regardless of what this elite so-called think about it, regardless of all their fight and all the effort they are putting in place to bring you down, they will never do so. Because you have the mandate. All the Biafrans influencers, you have the mandate. Do not deviate from it. Do not deviate from it. The reason why Nnamdi Azikiwe is remembered today is because he negotiated a glorified freedom for the people of the Zoological Republic. Tafala Belewe, all of them. The reason why they are remembered and recognized is because they negotiated independent. Do you know they negotiated independent that placed you under the shackle of neo-colonialism because they were compromised along the way? How do you want yourselves to be recognized? How do you want yourselves to be remembered? Is if you remain resolute, uncompromisable. Just like the leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra will come. Because at the end of this race, Biafra will come. That is the only word that I meditate on day and night. That is the word that I meditate on. When I sleep, I meditate on it. When I wake up, I meditate on it. At the end of this race, Biafra will come. Regardless of how wild this man open his eyes to They keep cutting us out, but we keep coming back. Let's finalize this video.
The following. There will be significantly improved security around the bank branches and other business entities. Why the Security Council members are here is for you to have some level of confidence that the show of force, the protection you've enjoyed in this state since I became governor, and you normally go about your business without fear, you will continue. The transporters will also ply on the roads. The markets will also open.
Market will also open. I'm going to cut him off here because he's irritating me. Market will also open, as if you are the one who is going to come into the market to open them and stay there and sell. You just sit with security everywhere all around you, talking, giving orders, giving commands. People must just go and die. People must just go and place their life at risk, because apparently at the end of the day, maybe you have hired the Fulani Janjaweed who will come and do the same thing that happened in Imo State, for people to believe that your order is being adhered to, or for people to believe that it is because people are scared, that's why they are not coming out. People are not scared. People are actually doing this out of their self-will. No one forced them. For your own information, because your problem is that you do not understand your identity. You don't know whom you are. You don't know what is your DNA. Because if you know whom you are, you cannot be in a jungle as a lion and you are being led in a jungle by an antelope. Have you ever seen an antelope being the king of the jungle? That's what all these leaders of the South are doing to themselves. They don't understand what their DNA signifies. They don't understand the value and the meaning of their DNA. That's why they have lost the power. That's why they have lost everything. You know how you guys were respected, how people respect these leaders. That's exactly what gives them the audacity. It gave them the audacity to control you. It gave them the audacity to overdo everything. But they do not realize that everything has an expiry date. Everything, the only thing constant in life is change. You cannot place people under oppression for so or forever. One day or at some point in their life, they are going to realize and they are going to wake up. And when they wake up, that is why the wise men say, allow the sleeping dog to lie. Allow the sleeping dogs to lie. The reason why there is chaos around the world today is because the consciousness of black men is wide awake. That's why there is chaos everywhere. That's why there is chaos everywhere. For those of you who are preparing to run to America, Britain, French, all those people, all those places, there is a big plan that is being put in place for them. I am just warning them in advance. I am just pitying them. That's the reason why I am telling them this. A very big plan is being put in place against them. The ancient Medes, according to the prophecy of Isaiah, is rising up. And the weapon that will destroy the western end, is being manufactured very fast. And the people who are keeping tabs of the manufacturing of these weapons, they believe they know the extent of this weapon, but they have no idea. It is coming. 9/11 was so mind-blowing. It was so horrible. It was so horrible. COVID-19 was so horrible. But it is one of the first sign. The second sign that is coming is going to be worse than the first sign. For those of you, when the COVID-19 was still in China, go to Italy, you are dying because you don't know what it was. You believe that it will just destroy the whole world. You see that trauma that you passed through during this time in 2020. That trauma that you've been passing through, the smoke that you are going to see on the sky in the west side is going to be worse than the COVID, because the ancient Medes is preparing their weapon. The ancient Medes, the Medes is preparing their weapon. Bible called them the Medes. And I know that the people I am talking to, you know who are the Medes, because apparently you change every location because you don't want people to trace back with the Bible guidelines. You don't want people to use the Bible to know which nation is which, because you are good at stealing people's identity. You are good at changing people's DNA. You are good at calling people on the name that you decide to call them. Maybe if you have forgotten, it is better for you. It is up to you. But those who are our people all over the world, get ready to return back home. Get ready to return back home. If you are not ready to return back home, those who are found with them are going to be dashed. That is the prophecy. It is imminent. The second sign is coming. The second sign is coming. COVID-19, you see, it is a very small thing. It is still wreaking havoc all over the world. And the injection they busy giving to you, it is very small thing. And that whatever that is behind all those things, if I speak about it, they will cut me off. But it is a food for thought and a topic for another day. But at the end of the day, wherever you are, you need to trace back your home. You need to advocate for freedom in Africa, so that you trace back your origin. Because the reason why everywhere you go, people are bringing different message. People are telling you that this person is Lucifer, this person is, that one is God, this person, the God of the Bible, is Lucifer. Yes, but there is something I want you to understand, that they tell you when they tell you the God of the Bible is Lucifer, they are talking about that Jesus Christ they presented to you, the Roman Catholic God. They want you to get confused. There is this guy that keeps telling you, he keep turning things upside down to make sure you get confused. He give you every analysis to tell you that the God of the Bible is a Lucifer, because he's called the son of the morning star. The reason why they are telling you that right now is because they want to confuse you, that you may not understand what time you may not understand that these are the manipulative words. The God that they are referring to is Caesar Borgia, the white guy they presented to you all these years that you've been growing up. In Roman Catholic, they made it an image all these years. That is why they're telling you they made it, and they are coming back to tell you this is Lucifer. And you've been praying to it all this while. It is indeed the truth, but not the God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible is the God of Israel. That is why they change the image. That is why they bring Angel Michael, white guy, and the Lucifer, black guy with a horn, and then they place it on top of him, and they make the picture. You put it in your room, you put it in your all the places. That is why when people come to do ethnic cleansing, they succeed. When white people project anything from far, it happens to you because you don't know your identity, you don't know whom you are. And they are telling you that. And they have a very serious agenda when you are hearing it on the media. Because that is an agent telling you that he is formulating another lie that will bring you down to the lowest end, that will bring you down to where they are heading, and you replace their position, because there is a place that is meant for them where they are heading after this oppression they have done on you, after all this killing. Do you know the reason why Christ came to die for us? What these people did, what these people was actually trying to do, was to make sure that we don't exist on the planet Earth. We don't exist because they made sure that we lost that thing called eternal life. Do you know what is called eternal life? Immortal being. Because we are indeed an immortal being. They use fear to make sure that immortality in you, you don't recognize it. When you die, it does not end there. That's why the law of Exodus states, third and fourth generation, you are coming back to pay for your crime, because your soul is immortal. It keeps reincarnating to pay for your crime. That's why if you do good, you do yourself. If you do bad, you do yourself. Let me bring this program to an end. Let me Chukwokikabiama give us the serenity, the wisdom to know the difference, especially in this end time that we are into. Because so many shall come in my name and say they are Christ. Caesar Borgia, the one they tell you that he is the God of the Bible. But this is the same person that Christ reminded you, gave you a prophecy that he will come in his name to say he is Christ. And he did. And that is the reason why they are telling you the God of the Bible is actually the devil. Don't pay attention to that guy. He's an agent. You will learn some few things from him. If you are enlightened, if you have woken up to the knowledge of the truth, you will grab some things with him from him. But if you don't pay attention, you will grab every wrong things from him. Because this is a truth, small truth mixed with lies. That's the same thing they did from the inception of colonialism. So this is the small truth mixed with lie. If you are careful, if you are clever enough, you grab the truth. You grasp the truth and leave his lie to be with him. We are going back. The world is turning around. First shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. May Chukwokikabiama bless and protect her people. Let us continue to listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu preaching to the whole world. And from me, from here, it is good night.
Not just to save Igbo people, not just to save Ibibio, not to save Efik alone, not to save Ejo, not to save Isoko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igodomigodo. No, not at all. But to set free everybody trapped in the colonial enclave called Nigeria. Because as I told you 2 days ago, those ruling Nigeria now are not Nigerians. If I thought there's anything like, let us assume there is something called Nigeria that Britain created. The people in charge now are not Nigerians. They are not indigenous to the land. They do not have a home. They have no home address. If you ask people, where is your home address? They don't have. They are nomads. If you don't know the meaning of nomad or nomadic life, go and Google it or look for your dictionary. That was why Jonathan set up nomadic education. Nomads means people that wander, wandering people. They don't stay in one place. They keep moving all over the place. Abraham in the Bible, that begot all of us, was a nomad. Until at a time, Elohim said to him, you should stop moving about all over the place. You have to stay in one place. But these people are still one of the few primitive tribes in the world moving their livestock from one place to another. So anywhere night comes is home. I want ethnic nationalities in Nigeria to understand the mess they are in. Some of you have no idea the type of the state of hopelessness you're in. I am here to remind you of it. And you may not act upon it, but try to tell your children what you've heard on Radio Biafra. So in the future, as their mother is being raped or their sister abducted, they'll say, oh, daddy, remember that thing you told us you heard on Radio Biafra? That is why we preach this gospel the way we do. They came from Sierra Leone, from Mali, from Senegal, from Chad, because Fulani in Nigeria hasn't got the numbers to fight. The reason why Southerners have not been attacked in the north, allow me to repeat, the only reason why Southerners have not been attacked in the north is because poor Hausa peasants that the Fulanis have ground into the dust. If you want to see poverty, go to Kano. Go to Kano State. You see what is poverty. This same downtrodden, because Fulani is a specialist in using people. They love to use people. These same people, they have traumatized their fathers, their grandfathers, every of their lineage going back 6 generations or more. The Hausas have just realized, courtesy of Radio Biafra, that we are no longer going to go out to kill Igbo people. We cannot do it for you anymore. And the Fulanis do not have the numbers to do so. Do you know how they managed to stop tomatoes and onions from coming down these past few days? Because anywhere you have any institution, you have Fulani in it, they always aspire to be at the head, to be giving orders and command. So they set up checkpoints where the commander of that very detachment is a Fulani person. That's how they're ruling you. If all of us open our eyes tomorrow to say enough is enough, Fulani will be sent packing. I'm not asking for them to be attacked or for anybody to, but they cannot be in our forest too. Makade Amama, they cannot be in our, no, God forbid that thing. Let heaven fall, they cannot be in our forest. If we find them there, they are gone. And of course, some of them can testify to the goodness of the Lord in that regard. If we find you in any forest in the east, you are a goner. As I'm speaking, record, I'm telling you, record it, tape it down, and send to anybody you feel like sending it to. Our people must understand something. Those killing you are from Senegal, they are from Mali, they are from Niger, they are from Sierra Leone, they are from Chad. They came to rig elections. All of you were there when 7-year-olds were voting in Kano. You are there, you saw it. All of you saw it. People say, oh, well, why do you speak this way about black? I say, because black people are useless. They never act on that thing that is right. Never. Morally speaking, black people are bankrupt morally. Moral bankruptcy. All of you, including your INEC, including observers from Europe, all of you came down of black people while we are in the mess we are in today and why the Fulanis are ruling all of us. Visit us. A doctor will tell you to go and bring deposit. If you don't bring deposit, that somebody will die. You think it's a joke? He'll be there. He'll be looking at somebody dying. You know, when I look at doctors in Nigeria, I know that, when I say people flinch. They say, hey, don't say, I know that the devil must be a black man. See, Satan must be from Africa somewhere. Lucifer. Do you know why I say that? You see a doctor watching somebody die, a pregnant woman that requires cesarean section or operation. to bring out the baby. A doctor will tell the family, go and sell your land, I don't care. And the doctor will be watching and the woman will stop breathing. She will die with the baby in her stomach. There is a type of wickedness in the heart of a black man that makes you wonder who actually made these people. After many years of considering the way we behave and the way we react, God Almighty formed IPOB and said, you cannot reason like those people. For me to love you, for you people to have the freedom that I promised you, your job is not to set yourself free. Your job is to liberate the thinking capacity of an average black person all over the world. That is your job. That is the duty of Biafra. That is why I have sent you to come. Stopped. I don't know if they have stopped. I think we are back again. I think they stopped me very briefly there, broadcasting on my. That's what they keep doing, try to stop us from doing what Elohim have asked us to do. But have failed and will continue to fail. Fulani came into our land because of that same thing in a black man. When you see evil happening, you keep quiet. Because the Fulanis came and took over the Hausa land. Hausa themselves helped them to take over other people's land. Because of that, when it came to Biafra, the only people that can defend all of you, I say without apologies, everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Without Biafra, you are gone. Without Biafra, you are finished. Fulani will take your land from you and kill you in the process. You know what they did? They ganged up against Biafra. They ganged up against anybody trying to speak the truth. They killed Delegiwa, an honest man. The only journalist I know in the history of Nigeria, the only journalist I've ever known is Delegiwa. The rest are all rubbish. You can buy, after a while, you buy them over, all of them are all rubbish. Pure bunkum rubbish. Village idiots. Delegiwa stood on the path of the truth. Babangida killed Delegiwa. Everybody knows this. That Babangida today is an elder statesman. People defer to his opinion, but he's a murderer. He is a killer. You know that Babangida is a killer. You know that very well. He killed Delegiwa because Delegiwa was exposing all the things they were doing, all the fraud with MPN and Fujro, all the things, all the evil things. Even Julius Berger, nobody will respect that man. He's in heaven, of course. They killed him. Delegiwa was fighting for a better life for everybody in Nigeria. They killed him. Nigerians did nothing. Nothing. That is part of that punishment that you're suffering now at the hands of these murderers from the Sahel. Do you think that God will forget? People don't, they go to all these churches and they sing, they jump up and down. They don't even actually understand who God is or how God operates. They have no idea. Isn't it very funny? The more churches you build, the more mosques you build, the more difficult things become. Have you not noticed it? The more churches you have, claiming you have miracle centers, the more difficult things become for you. Because you are in a period of perdition. I told you in 2015 that Somalia will be better than Nigeria. I am telling you, if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, go and apply for it now. If you have not applied for your visa to Somalia, because Somalia is hello, but it's better than, it's going to be way better than the zoo. Because when you people see evil, you condone it. And that evil has come to you. Now you are going to discover. As they say, you are about to see something you have never seen before. They came down to our land. They came down to all the way from across the Sahel to rig election in a land that doesn't belong to them. Fulani owns no land in Nigeria. They own nothing. They are visitors. They are. And all of you are there just cowardly. You're afraid of them. Oh, don't say something. Oh, please don't say anything. Oh, if you say something, don't say something. All of you, I'm just looking at people and laughing at you. Typical cowardly, wretched black people. You cannot stand up against people. They don't even have the numbers. They don't have, all they are doing is that they are boasting in the media because they control it. They can give money to a useless Yoruba newspaper editor to publish junk and write for them. That's all they rely on. If you scratch the surface, you see that they are nothing. They don't have the numbers, they don't have the strength in depth, they don't have the know-how to defeat all of us once we are united. Impossible. It is impossible to defeat. Impossible. Now, Yoruba and Igbo are now together. Unbreakable. The bonds we forged are unbreakable. Unbreakable. The East and the West, unbreakable. Imagine when we add middle belts to it, what is going to happen? Do you think anybody can stop us? They'll start begging. You know, if it's before, all of you will be drunk. Bring that food blockade. Bring it on. Let us see. Are they not the ones now crying and saying, our goods are perishing. Let's move food to the south. Who is begging you? Who is begging you? I'm asking. Janjaweed, who is begging you? Fulani people are not even farmers. You see how cunning? You see, they think they're smart. Are they farmers? The only thing that Fulani people do or what every day is to move cattle and to occupy political office, military, politics, and moving cattle all over the place. Who are they known to be farmers anywhere? If they're farmers, why would Jonathan set up a nomadic school for them? Or should I say nomadic schools for them? Why would Jonathan do a thing like that? Why, I ask you? These are some of the very pertinent questions you need to mull over every blessed day to understand the hopelessness of your situation and why you must do something urgently, if not to rescue other people, but to at least rescue your family by reasoning right. Try to reason properly. That's what we're asking you to do. How can you have, should I say, 180 million people to be overrun by people who are not up to 20 million? How is that possible? Because all of you are cowards. They get you to fight one another. They raise idiots and traitors amongst you, and you allow them to live. And the more you allow them to live, they become emboldened. They give them some chicken change. They buy houses in Abuja. They are maybe in Lagos, or they start building hotels here and there. And after a while, they now grow wings. They now think that they are opinion leaders. And they have willing allies in Yoruba media. Willing allies in Yoruba. You know, sometimes I even think that some of these people, they are possessed. They don't even know what they're doing. I'm telling you, they have no idea what they're doing. They are possessed. Because you cannot, Yoruba land is under occupation. Yoruba forests have been taken over by Fulani Janjaweed. Yet you have a Yoruba newspaper editor in Lagos, Yoruba for that matter, still trying to defend the Fulani presidency in Asarok. You know, sometimes I struggle to understand. You know, when I pray something, I say to Elohim, are you sure you created these people in your image? They said, let's create man. You know, are you sure these black people, they were made in your image? Because I have never seen such levels of stupidity ever before. Yoruba land is under occupation. They have taken over parts of Oyo. They have taken on those states. Yet you have a Yoruba newspaper editor in Punch, in Nation, in Tribune, writing in favor of the government that have just taken over their land. Hey, Lord God have mercy. Are you following me? They came from all over the place to take your land and have taken it. You can't do nothing about it unless you support IPOB, unless you support Eastern Security Network. That is your only savior. Your only savior, morning, noon, and night. IPOB will save all of you. That was why it was very, very critical for the Fulani. Britain told them, go and prescribe IPOB now. Do it. They said, do it now, do it now. To stop them from growing. Because their influence is growing. Do you know why they demonized IPOB before all of you and the stupid, idiotic Yoruba newspaper editors went along with it? Because that is their game plan. They always divide you. They sow seeds of doubt in the minds of people so that you end up hating those that have come to save you. You know, that's a very subtle thing that, Western intelligence use in Africa, and it works perfectly well. In Africa, if you are a redeemer in Africa, those you are coming to save will end up hating you. They will hate you because there are some units within Western intelligence across Europe. That is their job. Their job is to make sure that anybody who comes out to save the people, that the people he's trying to save will hate him or hate her. That's how we are. And the black people are very, very easy to manipulate. They manipulate them. They start hitting those that came to save them. Everybody knew that what Ojukwu went to. Every day I talk about Ojukwu and Aburi Accord. Everybody knows that Ojukwu went to Aburi Accord to go and negotiate for regionalism, for restructuring, the same restructuring they are now begging for. The same restructuring. But when they came back, nobody told, Britain never allowed the people to understand what Ojukwu went for. They said, oh, he's a rebel, he's a rebel, he's a rebel. Today you are begging for the same thing that Ojukwu fought for. And a few meters from Asarok, and you claim Buhari is a military man, a general, and he's inside Asarok, he did not attend the funeral. All these things are raging, school children being kidnapped. Common national broadcast. Common national broadcast. He couldn't do. Instead, you have a country where the vice president is missing, and all of you know this. And they are telling us that anything that Femi Adesina says or Garba Shehu says, considered to be the president talking. Are you people that stupid? Are you no hold on? Are you people that foolish? Does it mean that black people are so useless to the point that they can no longer reason properly? Even and until even a rat can reason better. Do you know that ordinary bees, and you know bees, where you get your honey from? Even wasps. Do you know once the queen becomes very weak and can no longer perform in that role, they kill the queen. They take the queen out, throw it away, and bring in another person, groom another queen to take over. Because it is called not fit for purpose. You have a president, so you claim. The person cannot fulfill the duties and functions of a president. Why then do you still have that person in power? Because there is nobody in power. What Fulani did cleverly is this. They dangled the promise of presidency in front of Tinubu. And we black African people, being who we are, insatiable and greedy, devoid of honor, they accepted it hook, line, and sinker. Because of the promise of 2023 presidency, please do not announce that Buhari is no more. They went into their blood contract, they signed it. That is why EFCC can chase Tinubu and Tinubu can no longer talk, because he is part of the plot. And when you tell them that Fulani can never love them, they say, oh, but we are Muslim, I'm Tinubu, I'm a Muslim, they will love me. What happened to Abiola? Because you people don't know history. You don't have regard for history. Abiola was a Muslim, a very popular Yoruba politician, a successful businessman. They did not give it to him. What makes you to think they'll give it to Tinubu? Are you people insane? Can't you reason very well? Oh, dear me. Now, EFCC is looking for him. They're looking for him. He is in one almighty mess. Another one gone. After using him, was prescribed or that kangaroo judgment delivered, had Yoruba newspapers got up to say, no, this is wrong, do you think today they'll be flying in their forests? A simple question. The time that all these conspiracies were going on against IPOB, had Yoruba media said, what you are doing to IPOB is wrong. They have not killed anyone. They did nothing wrong. Those with AK-47, why don't you proscribe them? Had they consistently made that very argument, they wouldn't have proscribed IPOB. And with that, Fulani cannot be in their land. But because they failed to do that which is right, that is why today their young people are fighting very bravely to rid their land of Fulani people. Because those people in the Middle Belt, they kept quiet. They told them, Igbo man is your problem. Biafra is your problem. They want to secede. They want to divide. They want to dismember Nigeria. You believed their lies. Yes, today that is your village. What is your faith today? You believed in all the nonsense they were feeding you. Today, where are you? Where is your village? They fed Danjuma the same garbage. Ojuku is your problem. It was Danjuma that killed Ironsi. An Igbo man. Where is his village today? He's the one now screaming and shouting, defend yourself. Oh, dear me. I don't know when these people will acquire some sense. But we are preaching the gospel of heaven. They came from all over the place. And to make matters worse, Nigeria is a very funny place. And Nigerians are one of the funniest people on this earth. And I categorize them as one of the most foolish people to have ever existed. Colonialism, imperialism, and even neocolonialism have done a lot of damage to Black people. But the damage that it did to the brain of an average Nigerian is worse. An average Nigerian cannot reason like a human being. All of them. Every time I come on air, I say this. Once you say, I am a Nigerian, I write you off as a human being. You're an animal to me. And I have my reasons. And here's one of them. Do you know who is the presidency? Let me now make it sound very childish, as if we're in a nursery school. Let us start from kindergarten, because people no longer reason very well in the zoo. I don't know if it's hardship. I don't know what it is. In Nigeria, people don't reason like human beings. They reason like animals. Even animals are better than them. And I'll tell you the reason why. Once I push you, I'll show you where you're going to fall. Let me tell you. Do you know presidency is an presidency is the group of people, in this case the cabal, running Nigeria. They call themselves presidency. They have now come out today. When did this news break? The news broke today, March the 3rd. They have come out today to confirm the 2017 report of helicopters supplying arms to headsmen in Delta State. They used helicopters to supply arms to headsmen in Kaduna State, courtesy of the governor of the state, El Rufai and Buratai in the army. The same thing they did in 2017 to Delta. Do you know today that there is no fly zone? I don't know if are people actually following the news? Do you know that today that this same presidency announced that there is no fly zone in Zamfara? Do you know why? That they are using aircraft to supply arms to Fulani bandits. Hey, maybe English is not enough to explain this. I don't know what to do. But let me read it for you. As a rock, the Fulani presidency may have unwittingly confirmed a 2017 allegation that helicopters were being used to ferry arms to Fulani headsmen. Fulani, all of you know it. That is do you know what pains me the most? Whoever is the news editor in Channels Television, they know this. AIT, they are aware. Everybody, you know all of these things. Then why are you trying to defend what is indefensible? How can you defend one Nigeria when a presidency, the president himself, have marked all of you out for destruction, or those running the zoo in his name because the idiot is dead? If you doubt me, then ask Biden why he didn't call Buhari then, because my parents are dead. Am I going to call them on the phone? I still have my mother's, my father's number on my phone. I've not deleted them. They're still there. Although I have them, am I going to call my mom and my dad? It's not possible, because I know they won't answer. The living don't call the dead. That's why Biden did not call for any Buhari, a so-called giant of Africa. Are you people not paying attention? Are you not? Does it mean that you don't listen, or you don't reason, or you don't? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you people? I ask you. This same behavior you're putting up now is the reason why Fulani killers are in your forests. But why you cannot understand that is beyond me. This same attitude, this same non-chalant, this same attitude of, oh, the way he's talking to us, we don't like it. But okay, maybe you like the way that the Fulani are raping your people in the bush. Or how they took over your land. Do you like that one? Do you love it? A very simple question. The time now is 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Wherever you are. It's a live presentation. I am preaching the gospel of heaven. Heaven will give me message and I pass to the living. That's my job. Heaven will give me message, and it is my duty and responsibility to pass that to those who are living. Now listen. A statement came from Asorok by Malam Garba Shehu, the new president of Nigeria, him and Femi Adesina. They're now sharing it, which means that their end has come. The end has come. The senior special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity said there was strong suspicion that choppers were being used to ferry arms to Fulani bandits in Zamfara State. Choppers, where did they get the military aircraft from? So does it mean that your radars are not working in the north? I'm saying this for the benefit of Yoruba media practitioners, especially channels, Punch newspaper, and not the rest of them. You people, you are directly, I'm going to say, you people, you are directly responsible for the mayhem that the Fulanis have brought upon everybody in the zoo. You are pursuing money because they were giving, APC was giving money to John Momo. He's dead now. All of you, your guy will tell you, hey, if you don't support them now, how are you going to get your salary? Let me ask Channels Television something. You people think we're stupid, don't you? Channels TV, every viable news network in the world survives with advertisement. Who has ever seen Channels TV advertise consistently? If you watch CNN after every 15 minutes, at least 13 minutes, you see advert. People are paying for it. NBC the something, ABC the something, Fox News the same, everywhere, Newsmax the same. They survive on advertising. BBC that doesn't do advertising, they survive by taking money tax from TV license payers in the UK and grant from the, I think it's the overseas, I think it's from the culture minister, culture, whatever. I'm no longer sure. Have you seen any adverts? How many times have you seen adverts on Channels TV? How much did they get from advert? Now, the question is this. Where do they get their money from to pay their staff and to keep the station going? They get it from the government. That's the only way to do it. There are no license fee payers in Nigeria. People don't pay TV license in Nigeria. People are not advertising. So where do you get your money from? Before that, PDP was funding AIT. Now APC is funding Channels Television. That's why you only have 2 major TV stations in the zoo, essentially. The rest is on contract. If you have something to say, you pay them and they stream it for you. You have wedding, you pay them money, they come, they stream it live. Where does Channels TV get their money from? From the government. So they must always toe the government line. And these are journalists we are led to believe. Do you see how your problems are multiplying in the zoo? Even those you are relying upon to save you cannot save you. You run to your pastor, and your pastor is more interested in building the next 10 million capacity auditorium. What is happening to you? He doesn't want to know. How many of your pastors have spoken against the occupation of our forests by these aliens from the Sahel? How many, I ask you, how many? I'm sure on Sunday you go and pay your tithe and your offering. Garuba, senior special assistant to Muhammadu Buhari, who is now dead, of course, said that they're using army helicopters to bring arms to bandits. Fulani controlled army, supplying arms and equipment to Fulani bandits from across the Sahel. And you're still talking about one Nigeria, as if your brain is not correct. maybe, sometimes to be honest with you, some days I get so upset that I want to say to Elohim, allow me to ask IPOB to go to sleep, dissolve ESN, say to IPOB, no more activities, no more agitation, go arrest for 2 years, so that Fulani can come and do suya with some of our people who are so foolish. If not for IPOB, there'll be no Nigeria. What you have today is Islamic Republic of Nigeria. Islamic. They will write it there. Nothing will happen. It's us that have been holding the fort, holding the line. And what did they do? They connive with the same people we are fighting to save, to proscribe IPOB. Illegally, of course. Do you know that today they went to court to discuss the prosecution of IPOB? Our case is at appeal court. For how many years now? 2017, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, nearly 4 years in a country that wants to be regarded or taken seriously as a nation. For 4 years, somebody did you wrong, you went to court, and you've now gone to appeal a legal decision that criminalized an entire nation. For 4 years, they've not had the case. Do you know what happened today? I never knew the case was coming up today. So this morning, of course, as always, I was led in the spirit, and I decided to write about the proscription of IPOB using an old newspaper headline from Authority, that the fact that IPOB activities are not unlawful, yes. Do you know in Abuja today? Today was the day they were meant to hear the case of the proscription of IPOB and tagging us a terrorist group in Abuja, Federal Appeal Court of Nigeria in Abuja today. And what happened? As soon as they read that very publication I made, but I think I did it both on Facebook and on Twitter, everybody ran away from the court today. Go and ask if you have any lawyer in Abuja. Ask them. They all ran away. The court did not sit again today because they were hiding it. Before, when they want to call my case, they say, oh, we have 100 witnesses willing to testify. Because they know that the tagging of IPOB as a terrorist organization is flawed, both before man and God, even in their zoo laws. They were hiding it. I don't know what told me. I don't know. Something just, I said, I wrote it, and they ran away from the court. No. The Appeal Court of Nigeria did not sit today in Abuja because there was an IPOB in the case, in the docs that were meant to be listened or heard today. This is how powerful we are. Because the judges, they assembled, 7 of them, they have gone through the files. Once they saw IPOB versus Federal Government of Nigeria, they dropped it. They said the court is now dismissed. Everybody should go home. Ask some senior advocates in Abuja today. Those that went to appeal court, did the appeal court sit today or not? Normally when a court is not going to sit, somebody will come out and announce that the registrar or the clerk or whoever will announce that the reason why the court won't sit. They just told everyone to run away. That IPOB file is here in the court. Ask everybody that went to appeal court today in Abuja, Wednesday, the 3rd of March. What happened? Were you given any reason why you had to run away from the court? They will tell you no. For the first time in the history of the zoo. That's how powerful we are. That is the reason why they don't want to bring that very case to come up to appeal. Because they know you cannot proscribe people asking for a referendum. It's not possible. They know that during the argument, people will ask, perhaps 1 or 2 media houses will carry it, and people will ask, why have you not proscribed Miyetti Allah and Fulani killers? They didn't even adjourn it. They said that everyone should go away, and they all ran away from the court. That is how powerful we are. And that is to tell you that what Elohim is doing in our lives. God brought IPOB to save all of you. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're Urobo, you're Yoruba, you're TV, you're Kanuri, you're Nupe, Jukun. It doesn't matter who you are. Bachama, it doesn't matter who you are. Birom, it doesn't matter who you are. IPOB came to save all of you. But I may disagree with his style. What are that? Oh, you want the style of a Fulani headsman raping your mother? Is that the style you like? Here you have your presidency. Here you have people that claim that they want one Nigeria, confirming what we've always known, that Nigerian army, the foreign generals you have in the army are the ones supplying weapons to terrorists to come and kill you and rape your mothers. And you're standing up and saying you are one. IPOB is your problem. I saw that useless Daily Trust newspaper in the north. That Janjaweed publication, writing rubbish about IPOB. When it comes to, you see how evil they are. When I say that black satanic, I know. You see, when it comes to IPOB, they say IPOB for army officers, not allegedly. But be eyes, you will see army come and kill people. They will say allegedly. Black people are evil. God knows in this you people are very wicked, a very wicked and soulless race. Very wicked. The same Daily Trust will say allegedly. In broad daylight, the army came to my house to kill me on the 14th of September 2017. As a result of which my mom and my dad are dead today. The whole world saw it. It's on video. You know, they wrote allegedly. The army, we are alleged. But because they want to demolish Fulani, they came with a game plan, them and their British masters, including Obasanjo. Obasanjo is part of the problem of Nigeria. Obasanjo belongs to the Ogboni fraternity, or should I say Grand Lodge, that is affiliated to the Freemasonry, not Scottish Rites, the Freemasonry you have in England. Ogboni. That is why in the East we don't belong to groups. Ndiutu, we call them. We don't belong to secret societies. There is none. Forget about Okonko is a passage of right. Okonko is a passage of right. Once you, it's like a bar mitzvah. Once you have grown to the age of 13, a guy Okonko, you enter Okonko, you enter Ebe, one of the fraternities. And then you form age grade from there. That's how it's done. Obasanjo, the reason why they trust him is because he is a member of Ogboni fraternity, of course, the Grand Lodge, they call them, that is affiliated to the Freemasonry. The fraternity in England. Go and do your research. So they trust him. England can trust him. Britain trusts him because he is their loyal slave. Ogboni fraternity and Grand Lodge, they answer to the Freemasons of England. Are you following me very carefully? Now, if Obasanjo were to come today to say that I don't want Nigeria to exist anymore, Obasanjo has the same, should I say, clout and influence that Azikiwe enjoyed prior to independence of Nigeria. Were Obasanjo today to write and say Nigeria is dying, we don't want it to continue anymore, they will dissolve Nigeria because they trust him. And some of you must know that it was Obasanjo who brought SARS to Nigeria. Some of you don't know that. It was Obasanjo that brought SARS, Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The reason why Obasanjo brought SARS into Nigeria was because in Britain then, there was a shortage of organs for transplant. The reason why SARS was created was ostensibly to harvest organs to send to Europe for those who are in need. Liver, kidney, pancreas, just name it. That was why Britain funded SARS. Because then in the UK, they kept complaining, we don't have much, we don't have organs here. We don't know how the waiting list is called the waiting list for people waiting for organ transplants, growing and growing and growing. It was Britain that set up SARS. Their job is to harvest organs and send abroad to sell. Obasanjo was the one that made it possible. There are some things that you people don't know about these. Some things, you know, when I look at, that's why when I look at an average ignorant Nigerian with his degrees, or should I say degrees in idiocy, I feel sorry for you. You know nothing. Who brought SARS into Nigeria? Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Who brought it into Nigeria? Why is it that every year they kill, they harvest organs, and they move? The same thing that they're doing at Iboko police station in Ebonyi State. Sorry, Idoko is called Idoko police station in Ebonyi State. Why didn't the police come and arrest somebody and take them away and nothing will happen? They took our women to court. Was it 2 days ago? Did you see it in any paper anywhere? Did any Nigerian newspaper or even NTA or anybody go to report that thing we've been saying, that they kidnapped our women and we are raping them? 2 days ago, they brought them to court. Did anybody go to court to find out if what we've been saying is real or not? But they came to court and they were granted bail. Black people, you people are something else. This UG. No wonder anywhere in the world you see black people, they are the lowest of the low. You know, for very many years, I kept asking God, but why? Elohim said to me, one day you'll find out. And I found out myself that the wickedness of a black man is second to none in the animal kingdom. The most wicked race on earth is we black people. Very wicked and without conscience. We were lamenting and complaining about our women who were being raped. Some of you said it's a lie. But they took them to court 2 days ago. The same women, they took them to court 2 days ago. Federal High Court in Abuja. Oh, sorry, it's a Zone 2 or whatever rubbish it's called. They gave them bail. They came to court in chains. Amnesty International is aware. They never wrote any report. Human Rights Watch, they are aware. They never wrote any report. All the newspapers, we contacted all of them. They never came to court. Even to do their job is very difficult. That is why Elohim is punishing all of you with Fulani killers and murderers. Because your wickedness is too much. Your wickedness and hypocrisy is too much. Fulani brought in their people from across the Sahel, put them in our land and equipping them. When we told you, said, no, it's a lie, it's propaganda, it's incendiary. Look at MBC saying they will, cockroaches saying they will block Radio Biafra. If people who are sensible were not able to do that, it is a bunch of corrupt idiots in Abuja. They said it's incendiary. He's whipping up ethnic sentiment. But your presidency, Garba Shehu, has just confirmed what I've been saying for years. That the Nigerian army have been supplying Fulani troops for some time now. That is why in Zamfara, there is a no-fly zone. Before you bring arms to terrorists, there must be a heavy-duty aircraft that must have brought it in the first place where the helicopter got those equipment from. So who brought those arms into Nigeria? Who contracted or who hired a helicopter to be flying them to? How come they don't even know where they are? Yet they come to Olu to bomb Olu. And some Ifulefus are busy hailing, coming to kill. Oh dear, man. Sometimes I feel like not preaching, to be honest with you. I say, let the will of the Almighty be done, because we are honestly speaking, something is wrong with us. Something is wrong with us. Very, very terrible indeed. The helicopters are everywhere. Garba Shehu told BBC because of the jets are used to carry arms to bandits. So bandits, you claim they are hungry, they are not killing. How come they negotiated arms deal all over the world? They hired an aircraft to come and drop the weapons for them. And all of you say, we Nigerians, tomorrow morning I hear them, we Nigerians, we are in Nigeria together, the unity of our country and the patriots. Anyway, whom the gods want to destroy, they first make them mad. Nigerians are mad. And that is why foreign people are in your forest killing you. People are so hopeless, so idiotic, so foolish. I don't know what Lugard did to some of you, did to the brains of your parents, because I pity. I don't know, honestly speaking, I do not see you as a human being. And that is why I commend those soldiers who are leaving the zoo. How can you see? Sometimes I wonder, how can you in the middle belt and you are in the army? From the east, you are in the army. From the west, you are in the army. The same army that instead of getting these bandits they brought from Sierra Leone, from Mali, from all these places to go and fight Boko Haram, they use you to go and fight Boko Haram. And after fighting them, the same Nigeria you claim you're serving, some of their idiots like Sheikh Gumi, or should I say Abubakar Gumi, she's not a sheikh, Only an Arab man can be a sheikh. Abubakar Gumi will come out and say, my dear brothers, my dear bandit brothers, people you should be upset with is the Christian soldiers killing you with Nigerian army uniform. These are people serving supposedly their nation. Somebody endorsed by the presidency, because Lai Mohammed said that he is in support of what Sheikh Gumi is saying. So that means that Lai Mohammed is in support of Sheikh Gumi. I call him Sheikh. That's dirty, filthy looking thing. What Lai Mohammed, I support what Abubakar Gumi is doing with the bandits, which means that the federal government of Nigeria is in support of Abubakar Gumi, in the new minister for banditry and kidnapping. And this same representative of Nigerian government said that it is Christian soldiers killing Muslims, and you are still wearing the army uniform of Nigeria, and you are fighting who? Who are you fighting? Why can't all of you leave tomorrow morning? What are you doing there? That is the reason I keep castigating black people. Are you that foolish that you cannot reason? You are in Sambisa forest fighting. Your village, your ancestral forest is being occupied by the same people they claim that you're fighting. Are you normal? Is your brain okay at all? Everybody must leave the army and the police. If you stay there, you will die. Especially those in Biafra land, you will, God knows you will die. I'm telling you the truth. You will, I said it before. You will kill us. Many years you will kill us. Then after that, we will kill you. And then shortly after that, Biafra will come. I've been saying it from day one. They will kill us. We will kill them. In the end, Biafra will come. Without apologies, no idiot. I'm not apologizing. Remember when they used to kill us? We'll come and be writing long gram. Of course, myself, one of them. We are placing the world on notice for many years. After a while, when we write the short straight away, is it not that IPOB, that toothless bulldog, they just straight away? And we kept, we went into prayer and fasting. And we kept saying to the dead, please avenge your death. We pray to Elohim. Of course, we cannot pray to the spirit of the dead. It's not good. It's idolatry. We kept saying to Elohim, avenge you. You are a God of vengeance. Avenge your children. Fight our battles for us. As we were praying and fasting and asking God to fight our battles, from nowhere unknown gunmen came on. We don't know who they are. Like as if they are angels from heaven. And they're not fighting our battles for us. You see, all those policemen and women and army that killed our people, we don't know where these angels came from. They are called unknown gunmen. They are doing a very marvelous job now, avenging the death of their people. They want the police and the army to understand when you lose somebody, how painful it is. Because if you leave them, they will massacre everybody. They will kill. They have no soul. Nigeria army, Nigeria police, they have no soul. These are Fulani. They are led by Fulani that they have no soul. They are evil to the core, to the bone marrow. You know, he's a miracle working God. I don't know where he sent the unknown gunmen. I don't know. People name them unknown gunmen. That's how we know them by. And believe me, they're doing a very marvelous job. And I will pray more, I will fast more, for many more to come. These people, they go to, they slaughter you. We write letter. In fact, once the letter comes, they put it in the dustbin. We said, okay, is that how it's done? Okay. We went into prayer and fasting. We kept praying until, should I say, God answered our prayers with unknown gunmen. We don't know who they are, but I believe they're angels from heaven. They are the armies of heaven. And they're now the ones avenging for us. So all those police stations that they used to torture people and kill people and harvest their organs, please, unknown gunmen, find them all. Look for them and find them. Find all those police stations. If you know you are a police officer, you were involved in organ harvesting, people were disappearing. Oh, things have happened though. People just disappear. Parents will know where the children are. You hear mothers lamenting as they are dying. They are saying, oh, we are these Chibuzon. Have you seen Chibuzon? You don't know that SARS have killed Chibuzon. The woman will be lamenting until she passes from unconsciousness into into death, thinking about the son, sometimes the only son, killed by the police. And now God answered the prayers of people. I don't know where this unknown government, I don't know where they're from. But at least if they're keeping the police busy, the police won't have to be killing innocent people. Arresting they go, they arrest innocent people. Nigeria shouldn't exist. I hate Nigeria with a passion. It shouldn't exist, honestly speaking. Only a fool will support one zoo. Damnable zoological republic. Soldiers are living and they're taking them to court. The Nigerian army has ordered the immediate arrest of officers accused of deserting their post. Can you imagine such rubbish? You go behind the back, you equip Boko Haram to fight people. When people have now discovered, suddenly they have now discovered that they have been the fool for years. They have left your useless army. They're saying, go and arrest them. God. Oh my goodness. Zoological Republic. Damnable Republic. Military documents obtained by various newspapers have now listed 101 names, ranks, and bank details of Iran soldiers. Every soldier should leave. Go and join the Eastern Security Network. Go and join them. They are the future. If you don't know how an army is supposed to behave, go and look at the Russian Revolution. I think of 1989 or 1990 or 91, I don't know, when Boris Yeltsin came into power. The apparatchiks of the old guard of the Communist Party in Soviet Union ordered the tanks and armored personnel carriers onto the streets of Moscow to go and kill people. It's like a turkey shoot in Abuja of this same army slaughtering innocent Shia protesters. All of you saw the video. That video did not make it onto any major news network around the world. That was the day I became afraid of what Britain was doing. The video is everywhere. In any other country or any other country of the world, there would have been an uproar. But in the zoo, nothing happened. Nothing you can kill. You know, over the years, army will come, bloody civilian, they open fire. Not anymore. We now have God in his infinite mercy have sent us guardian angels. They are known as unknown gunmen. They're the ones defending us now. We don't know who they are. And they're the ones defending the people. They're unknown gunmen. We don't know who they are. And may God bless them. Because as they are keeping the police and the army busy, they won't have time to kill innocent civilians. They cannot. Because if you kill and go back to your barracks, these angels will come on. They're called unknown gunmen. They will come and they will avenge the death of the innocent. You can never go scot-free. It doesn't matter where you run to, you can never go scot-free. This your nonsense in the zoo has been going on for years. You have the temerity to give Mietiala 100 billion. Mietiala will use them buy weapons abroad. You fly it in with a jet. You distribute with a helicopter, and you come and tell us about one Nigeria. As if we are fool. Are we that daft? Are we that stupid? Mad people everywhere. Take that from nonsense to people building hotels, not to us. Is if when you have earthly considerations, you're looking for money, you are raised in. But you know, poverty is a disease. When you're raised in abject when you're raised in abject poverty, you see other kids play with toys. You had no access to toys. You'll be wondering, one day I will get a toy. It happened to me. I'll tell you what happened to me when I was young. As an analogy, so you understand me. Every time I will say to my mom that we have watched on TV that after eating, you must have maybe ice cream or sweet. You must have ice cream or sweet to try and, to make the food to digest. My mother will say to me that If you keep eating ice cream or sweet all the time, it will affect your teeth. Your teeth will be brown. It will decay. It will fall off. We kept saying no, that we must have it. I said, okay, if that is the case, during Children's Day, you will see. So during Children's Day, I will go to my mom to get, of course, they used to give us money in those days to go for Children's Day. They are useless zoo Independence Day and Children's Day. And then we'll go and do matching at the stadium in town. And that matching, you will see Fan ice cream, Mako ice cream, they will come. That day I said, since my mom will not give me ice cream in the house after eating, I'm going to eat as much ice cream as possible today. I sat and I ate so much ice cream that I came back and became sick. And my mom asked me the reason why I am sick. And I said it is because I was eating ice cream during Children's Day. That is exact behavior of Obunyonon to very poor. Once you're raised in poverty, you did not stay in a decent house, never watched any television. You want to acquire buildings. You want to acquire earthly properties. You think that driving in a very big car somehow confers upon you some degree of importance. You think that by maybe building hotels somehow makes you a very wealthy man. You want to accumulate chieftaincy titles. You want to spread your hand. You starch your cloth. Even if you are as tiny as Wanza, you starch your cloth and you're moving about as a wealthy man. You want to be regarded as somebody. As they say, form is temporary, but class is permanent. If you have class, you have it. You don't need to struggle. People see you and they know you have class. There's one thing that is wrong with most of you in the zoo. Primitive accumulation of wealth. You think that by stealing money and accumulating money somehow you become important. That is why you have no soul and you have no conscience. That is why in Imo State they can bring somebody from number 4 to number 1. That is why a Supreme Court in a land can appoint somebody fraudulently in the open, and we allow that idiot to remain in office. That tells you all you need to know about the zoo and why we must fight. And please, before you go to bed tonight, after praying for IPOB and for ESN, also pray for unknown gunmen. Pray for them, please. It is very, very important. They are the ones avenging the death. You know, all those people killed during NSAS, all those you are torturing and cut open their stomach, all the wickedness and brutality of army and police. There is now a group of dark angels, avengers. They have come. They are called unknown gunmen. Every police station involved in the torture and killing of people, I am praying, please, unknown gunmen, locate them, that they may know how painful it is. As the Bible made us to understand, as you have made women childless, so shall I make your mother childless amongst women. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The dragon flag has been raised. When we raised it, they said, oh, yeah, nothing is going to happen. Yeah. Go say to God now. It has come. There's no going back. They better give us Biafra. If you know those idiots, they are foolish. They are foolish by nature. They are very stubborn. If you know them, ask them to give us Biafra or else they are finished. But you write your letter. Tell your only friends, your Freemason from England to give us Biafra. Because I'm a child of heaven. Nothing any mortal can do. My mission is the work I'm doing now. Nothing more, nothing less. Elohim determined it. They said in 2 months, IPOB and others fingered in 62 policemen in 15 states. You see how they put IPOB as first. All of a sudden, Fulani newspaper, that is what they do. Fulani, British High Commissioner will tell them, write it. And then she'll cut it out and put it in her dispatch to London to say, can you see what IPOB is doing? They think we're foolish. All of a sudden, in all the years you were killing innocent people, you thought that nothing will happen to you. Is that what you're thinking? Apply for your Somalia visa now that you still have time, that there is road transport. Apply for your Somalia visa, because very soon even that very embassy will stop issuing visas to criminal animals from the zoo. And as we keep praying all the time, and all of you must pray, that hand with which they have used to feed poison to other people must also enter their mouth. I can report today that bandits also have struck. Fulani have also kidnapped own fellow Fulani somewhere in Sokoto. Those who are surprised don't know it's coming, as somebody quite said today. And I want to commend, I don't know if it's